Welcome back, everybody. This is your daily news report, your stimulus check update, your second stimulus check update, now a third stimulus check update, PPP 2.0 and the relief package. Guys, it is Friday, the 15th of January. Happy Friday, everybody. TGIF, I know. We're going to get into details on PPP 2.0 and some details today on PPP 1.0, okay? Portals with the SBA are open. Money should be flowing here, guys. Fintechs are open. Find out all the details right here on capitalizing on up to $29,000 for all those gig workers out there, sole proprietors, small business owners, side hustlers. Guys, this is your video. This is your news report. Let's get into those details. I don't want you guys to miss out on any opportunities. Welcome back, everybody. I am Edward Bilder. You guys are watching Ask Builder. To all my loyal subscribers out there, thank you so much for returning today. You guys are amazing. I appreciate all of your comments. You guys are truly helping us get this thing solved for many people out there who are struggling, trying to figure out PPP. This is the channel, this is the community to get all the messages and comments into, because we're providing you guys updates every day, okay, on PPP 1.0 and 2.0. Guys, we have some very important details to cover today. We're going to talk about important dates. There are some new dates that we're going to talk about today that are added to the important dates with the SBA. We're going to also talk updates with BlueVine, Kabbage, KServicing, of course, Lendio. We're going to talk challenges, errors, and clarifications, things that people are facing right now, posting into this community and helping everybody else in this group. You guys are awesome. We will break down the differences between the CARES Act, PPP, and the relief package PPP. That's the PPP 1.0 versus the PPP 2.0. There are some differences out there. Guys, we've got your details right here. Watch to the end. I don't want you guys to miss out on anything. I want you to avoid any confusion that you may be facing. This is the channel to get all the information. Guys, if you guys are new to the channel, consider becoming a subscriber. Share this with your friends. Like this video. Save it somewhere so you can come back and reference it later. This is the gig worker update on PPP, everything PPP 1.0 and 2.0. And this is also the channel that pays you guys, because when I hit my 5,000 subscriber, possibly today, when I hit that 5,000th milestone, I am picking one lucky winner from down below in the comments. I'm going to go through the comments. I'm going to grab a random subscriber, and I'm going to send them a $500 check as soon as I hit my 5,000 subscriber. You guys are awesome. To everybody out there commenting, you guys are the best. While you're down there in the description, there's a link to Webull. You guys could go check them out. They have 4 free stocks. Promotion's not going to last forever. Valued up to about $3,000. And thank you to everybody who found me on Instagram. You guys could private message me over there. You guys are amazing. Okay, let's get into those updates right now. Let's not waste any more time. Okay, everybody, we're going to get into those important dates by the SBA. But please remember, I talk about this a lot in my videos. Try your best to avoid scam, okay? There are a lot of people commenting that they're going to help you on Telegram and Instagram and pull you away from YouTube, suggesting that they will fill out your application and submit it for you. All this great stuff, right? What they're really doing is they're taking 50% of your fund, and you're not even aware it's happening. Okay, be very much aware of the scams out there. Trust the big lenders and avoid people trying to scam you guys. All right, it's happening. It happened on round 1, and I don't want to see you guys get caught up on that on round 2. Okay, guys, January 11th was a big date. That was the date in which the portals opened for the first time with first rounders. Portal opened up with the SBA. January 13th. Second draw opened up with the SBA. We talked about this one yesterday. January 18th coming up is a bank holiday. Don't try and call your bank on this day. They're probably not going to answer the phone. January 20th is the day that the forgiveness forms come out with the SBA. Okay, January 20th. Big date, big milestone. Huge milestone. This one I haven't talked about yet. March 31st, 2021 is the last day to submit applications. Now, that is the last day that your application must reach the SBA. So round 1, many lenders stopped taking applications 5 days in advance, 10 days in advance. They stopped taking applications very early because they knew if you submitted on the last day, it wasn't going to reach the SBA. It has to get to the SBA. It has to be reviewed by them, and they have to accept it in order for it to qualify. Now, the first 2 days, this was January 11th and 12th. That was reserved for community financial institutions. So I know you guys were waiting for those portals to open up. They were not open on account that the SBA the SBA is basically telling you when they're going to start accepting your applications. I think they're taking it as a queuing system. But first 2 days were reserved. Guys, check out my videos on avoiding delays. I've got posted video right here. It gives you tips on how to not mistake what's going on with the computers, all these automations that are happening. There's a lot of things, a lot of errors that can happen with these online platforms, and they're very sensitive. So check out these videos. It's going to give you some guidance on how to avoid making pretty big delayed mistakes, okay? All right, guys, let's get into the next update. Okay, guys, let's talk updates from BlueVine, KServicing, which was once Kabbage, and Lendio. Now, Lendio and BlueVine, they have their portals open for first rounders. Lendio even had their portals open for second rounders. We actually received some viewer reports that Lendio took down their application process. Now, I don't know if this is due to maintenance or if this was due to overwhelming numbers, but we are hearing reports that now more borrowers are getting through to Lendio. Now, Lendio is actually posting messages back to the borrowers, anybody who put that application in, suggesting that this could take an 8-day processing time with the SBA. Now, I don't know if that information is coming straight from the SBA, that they're backlogged with overwhelming numbers, but they're saying that it's going to take 8 days, up to 8 days to process. Now, we're going to track this, okay? We're talking with viewers just like yourselves, and we're going to track this to find out exactly how long this process takes. We're taking interviews, and we're going to figure out just exactly what it takes to get this done, guys. Lendio is also requesting the full 1040C, the full 1040 Schedule C. We'll have more guidelines to follow this once we talk to some more of our viewers to determine is it just the C that they're asking for this round, or are they asking for the full 1040C? In round 1, PPP CARES Act round 1, you just had to submit your 1040, just the form Schedule C. Now we're hearing denials that may be coming from BlueVine, and it may be pointing to the fact that the full 1040C was not uploaded. So follow the guidelines that are listed on the actual website. Now, if BlueVine is saying they want full 1040C, I know it's tough to determine these things, but if they're asking for the full 1040 plus the Schedule C, that means your whole IRS document versus just that 3-page Schedule C. Okay, guys. Kabbage KServicing. Let's talk about Kabbage KServicing for round 1 and 2. For round 2 loans that are above or below 150K. We have some clarity on that. So if you're needing a new loan that's above 150K, or if any of the information is changing, you're requesting more money, or it's above 150K, you're going to have to prove out that 25% reduction, quarter over quarter, year over year, from 2019 of gross receipts versus 2020. If you're under 150K, now I had a lot of questions about this too. Originally, we were looking at this and it was suggesting that you needed to fill out forgiveness ahead of time. They are simply saying that if you're under 150K, in order to receive forgiveness, you're going to have to submit all those documents. But at this time, under 150K, there may not be any additional documents they request from you guys. Now, that may be subject to change. We're going to find out these details as soon as KServicing opens up their round 2. We're waiting on those dates. Seems like it's going to be the 20th of January. You heard it here first, guys. It's probably going to be the 20th of January. We'll let you know the moment the portals open, and we'll get you guys your news. Okay, guys, let's talk about the original CARES Act, PPP. This is PPP Round 1.0, brought to us by the CARES Act, okay, way back in March. The economic aid first draw PPP loans were eligible to operations that were open on February the 15th of 2020. Okay, you had to be open for business February 15th, 2020. Now, businesses with 500 or fewer employees, this has changed a little bit in 2.0. We're going to talk about it in a minute. Businesses with 500 or fewer, all the way down to number 1, are eligible for these loans. That included specified sole proprietors, independent contractors, and eligible self-employed individuals. It also included nonprofits and churches. Accommodations and food service operations, these are code 72s. Now, there's been one change. They've excluded, made ineligible, publicly traded companies and businesses controlled by either directly or indirectly with the president, a vice president, head of executive departments, and members of Congress. Those guys are now out. Now, to be eligible, you had to submit some payroll documentation. Things like 1099 miscellaneous, 1040 Schedule C's, profit and loss statements, and Schedule S for your profit and farming. Guys, this was huge. Many people capitalized on this, and when the word finally got out, the portals were closed. This thing expired, and we've been waiting ever since for round 2 to come out. We're going to talk about round 2 coming up. Okay, guys, let's talk about the relief package bringing us PPP Round 2. This is PPP 2.0, okay? They've made it really focused to small businesses, reducing the number of employees from 500 now down to 300 or fewer. That's 300 all the way down to the number 1. So this means you guys, gig workers, sole proprietors, independent contractors, 1099s, right? If you guys are Uber drivers, Lyft drivers, Airbnb managers, you guys are selling shirts somewhere online, you guys have some kind of side hustle out there, this is applicable to you guys. Check your eligibility requirements. We're going to go through overall eligibility. This will most likely apply to all of you guys. Now, you must use or will use the full amount on or before the expected date of drawing your second PPP. Okay? Must use or will use on the date prior to or the date of. All right? When you get your second draw. And it must be on eligible expenses. Okay, that's why some places are suggesting, oh boy, we have to do that forgiveness process first, so we know that the eligible expenses were in play. That's not maybe that's not the case anymore. Now, just to get forgiveness, you're gonna have to submit all kinds of new documentation. Now, you guys have had to experience a decrease in revenue reduction by 25% quarter over quarter or year over year. So the full annualized year, 2019 versus 2020, or you guys could pick, Q1, right? Q1 2020, Q1 2019, Q2 2020, right? You could do it that way. Compared to 2019, the economic aid did not provide any definition to what a gross receipt was. We now have a definition of what a gross receipt was. That is a sale of product or services, interest, dividends, rents, royalties, fees or commissions, reduced by returns and allowances. And this is a big one. Your forgiveness of your first draw PPP are not included in your 2020 gross receipts. That is huge, guys. That is huge. Okay, guys, let's talk about maximum amount of loan, okay? Everybody's saying, I make $150,000. Why can I only take 20 grand or 29 grand, right? Because it's per employee. It's capped off at $100,000 per employee. That comes down to it. When you take $100,000 and you divide it out by 12, you get your average monthly payroll cost. 2.5 times that brings you to that $20,832 or $29,000. It's like $29,166, something like that. So it's capped, annualized at $100,000. This could be proven from 2019 or 2020 now, or the year prior to the loan. Okay, PPP borrowers with NAISC codes of 72. This is all of your hospitalities. You guys are getting 3.5 times. That's where I said 29,000. You guys qualify for up to $29,000, and the maximum PPP loan eligible, $10 million. So if you had numerous employees, many employees, up to that 300 for round 2 or up to 500 in round 1, the top number you could get, the max you could get is $10 million. Okay, let's talk about eligible cost. What are we going to spend this money on, right? It's outlined for us in the Act. PPP borrowers, their first and second draw loans can be used for payroll, rent, covered mortgage interest, and utilities. Now, PPP 2.0 brought additional information in for us. You can now use this on worker protection. So if you've had to modify your facility with any expenditures, PPE included, you can now use this as a eligible cost. Other things, property damage during looting, right? Vandalism during the 2020 movements, we'll just call them movements. Those are also covered. Expenditures to suppliers that are essential, also covered. I'm not sure how they're going to figure that one out, but if you're declaring it essential, expenditures to suppliers that are essential are covered. Operating expenditures like software, if you had to change your system, all right, so you guys could all go into a virtual world and you had to go buy new software in 2020 after the pandemic hit, you guys are covered. So to be eligible for full forgiveness, 60% must be spent on payroll and the 40% could be spent on the other eligible costs that I just named, and you must spend it between a covered period of 8 or 24 weeks. Okay, everybody, Congress did something special this time, all right? They want to make sure that they're servicing the right communities, so they set aside money for low and moderate income communities, and communities with smaller lenders. So that means they set aside $15 billion for first and second draw loans, PPP loans, financial institutions, for credit unions, farm credit systems, and institutions with consolidated assets of less than $10 billion. They also set aside $15 billion for first draw, $25 billion for second draw, for borrowers with a max of 10 people or for loans less than $250,000. That's huge, guys. That even though there's big businesses out there taking up a bunch of funds, they set aside specific money just for the gig workers, guys, 10 or fewer. That's pretty awesome. The SBA also announced that they would take a number of steps to make sure that PPP is available for minorities, underserved, veterans, and women-owned businesses. And the community financial institutions got first crack at it. They got the first 2 days to get their PPP applications put into the SBA's portal. So you guys that went to any community financial institution, you guys are first in line. Thank you again, everybody, so much for joining me today for another video of Ask Builder. You guys are amazing. Everybody out there who commented, you guys are the best. You guys are really helping this community help other members, right? We're all coming together so that we could get these PPP, draw one, draw two, whichever one you're after, the much needed relief that we've been waiting for, guys. So consider becoming a subscriber. This is the channel that pays you. $500 is going out to a lucky comment and a subscriber down below. I'm going to pick a comment, verify you're a subscriber, and I'm going to send you a check for $500 when I hit 5,000 subscribers. I thank you guys all so much. Share this video, like this video, pass this message. You guys are awesome. I will catch you all on the next one. Bye for now.